Hi all, and welcome back to another episode of WolfQuest Anniversary Edition, Gnat's Journey, with Gnat. Stickbug is around here somewhere, and of course their 4 pups. We are in the new saga update now, which is out in beta, in public beta. All of our pups are quite hungry, and so are we. So, did we really leave off at 25 pounds? I didn't know that. Okay, sorry. Didn't mean to jump into this with kind of a surprise here, but I thought that we left off at 20. We do appear to have left off at 25, though. So that means that the pups are currently in the growing pups quest, aren't they? No, it still says endless summer. Okay. Pups are ready to keep growing, but you can stay in endless summer. We are going to stay in endless summer until we get them a little bit more food, so we're not starting off in the growing pups quest with starving puppies. That's not where we want to start off. So I don't know where Stickbug is. Let's see if we can find anything for them to eat at this time. Yeah, I definitely don't want to start the growing pups quest with our pups, one of our pups down at 45%. Let's see, that is pronghorn, but there is a mule deer scent here. Hopefully this will lead us to a mother and her baby because, oh boy, if it leads us to a buck, we obviously can't hunt that. How's our territory doing? Yes, so we left off with pretty strong territory, but apparently awful food stats. That's interesting. Let's see, come on mule deer, please be a mother and baby. Gnat, of course, if you haven't seen her previous episodes, I would recommend that you go back and watch them. Gnat is playing on the Ultra Iron Wolf Challenge. So, in addition to playing on Accurate and, well, I mean, she's not actually an Iron Wolf in the game because if you set a wolf up as an Iron Wolf, the game will auto-save at certain points and prevent you from re-recording episodes if you need to. So she's not actually an Iron Wolf in the game, but if she ever dies during the gameplay, that will be her one and only life. We will end the series there. Or rather have one of her pups take over if any of them are adults at the time. But also she has a -2 in every stat, and she does not have any age perks. Okay, that was less than opportune. That was bad. That was not something that we wanted to happen. We don't want to get kicked by the mother because we already have very limited health, and we are going to be headed into the hardest part of the game, in my opinion, where your pups are always hungry. Okay, so we are going to need to eat this one to keep our strength up. If we don't have health to hunt, then we can't keep our pups fed. So yeah, we're going to keep our hunger as high as we can while also keeping our pups fed. The mule deer went this way. We are going to follow. Yep. There's the mule deer and her baby. Again, I didn't see Stickbug. If you saw Stickbug and I just like totally missed him being there, silly me, but I certainly didn't see him. Okay, our stamina, our speed, our everything is very low because of the Ultra Iron Wolf Challenge, so we are going to have to be as careful as we can, and we're going to have to work really, really hard to try to keep our pups alive in the coming months. Oh, I could really do with having my mate here. Where is he? Seems like he's by the rendezvous site still. We're going to call him. Maybe he can help us take down this fawn so that we don't take too much more damage because Gnat just doesn't have it to spare. Oh, there's also an elk herd there. That might actually be better for us to take down. I don't know. Let's take down this mule deer fawn. We should be able to still carry this back to our pups, I think, at this stage. And then once Stickbug catches up with us, perhaps we can take down an elk calf as well to get some more food for the adults because he's pretty well fed, but Gnat's a little bit low. Okay, that did more damage to us than we did to it. That's not what we want to see. Let's let them run again so that they can tire themselves out a little bit. Thankfully, the mother did run away there, which is not good for her, but good for me. Yeah, gosh, Gnat is just taking a beating despite the fact that this is a fawn. Can we still pick it up at this stage? Yes. Okay, I'm going to bring this back to the pups so Weevil can eat. And we might come back out with Stickbug and do some more hunting. Right now he does seem like he is sticking with the pups. Has he fed them? Okay, he has fed them. Thank goodness. Alright, with that in mind, I will actually move on to the growing pups phase as soon as we get back. Okay. So if we go into the quests panel, it left us off at Endless Summer, but now we are going to proceed on to the next quest. That will be the last Endless Summer I believe that we will ever see here on the channel. Summer is no longer endless, it progresses into fall eventually. And here we go, we've got the growing pups message. Our pups are growing very quickly, they're going to constantly need food. And despite all our best efforts, we might not be able to get enough food for all of them, and we might not be able to keep them from getting sick. There is a setting now in the saga that prevents your pups from dying of sickness. We have not set it up for this litter, obviously, because the litter started before the saga came out, but I do believe that I will probably do that for the upcoming litters. Sorry, got a little spacey there. Spaced out, but here we are back. I will probably set up, turn off the pups dying of sickness for the following litters because that will mean less time spent at the den with the pups and less time that I have to cut out of the recordings. It will, of course, mean smaller litters, but, you know, the trade-off is that our pups won't die directly of sickness. They can still die of things that are exacerbated by sickness, like their vulnerability to predators, but they won't die of sickness directly, and they won't wander off while we're sleeping and die of mysterious causes. So, our pups are all quite good on food. I am going to send them into the tall grass and I am going to sleep. And then we're probably going to take a little bit of a look at them and see their new models and their new coats. Because they have changed since we last saw them. Okay, so if we call our pups out of the tall grass, we can see that their coats have changed. They all have coats much more resembling what their coats will be as adults. So, Weevil here. I don't know if that is the White Cheeks coat or just a coat that kind of looks similar to it. Lacewing looks like she might have one of the... I can't actually remember what the name of the pack is that... was it the Lamar Canyon or was it something else? Yeah, my memory, not good. There's another thing that we are going to learn about this stage of the saga, and that is that we can no longer pick our pups up. They have become too big for us to pick up. So if we want them to come back to the rendezvous site with us, we do have to bark and tell them to come back with us and get in the grass, and get in the grass, and get in the grass. Okay. There are two rival wolves here. This is 801M and 1405F from the Geode pack. Despite the fact that this is a very early ID number, this does not seem to be the pack leader. This is a 5-year-old subordinate, which is pretty late to disperse, but definitely possible. They are going to attack us. I don't really want to bite them any more than we have to, but obviously we are going to have to bite them. The saga has made some changes to the way that chasing off competitors works, and that means that we can no longer just kind of growl and snarl and hope that they get scared of us. We do need to back it up with some biting. But we're going to do that as little as possible because, again, Gnat needs all the health she can get. So, please, all of you, leave. They are attacking Stickbug, and I don't appreciate that. Get out of here. This is not your territory. This is not your territory, and you need to leave. And they have startled Moth out of the grass, which is something that can happen now. The pups can get startled out of the grass by the competitors. She is running all over the place, and I don't want her to do that. I would like her to go back in the grass. She is still vulnerable, despite the fact that she is a little bit bigger. Let's see. I'm hoping we can just kind of scare them off. You stay away from our pup. Absolutely not. Get out of here. Get out of here. She's going after Moth. Okay, I think she's running now. Please get out of here. Get out of here, get out of here. Where is your pack mate? He is looping back around, and I don't appreciate that. Please get in the grass, Moth. Okay, now he's running too. Can we get them both to run far enough away that it registers them as no longer attacking? There we go. Okay, finally the geode wolves have given up their attack. So that is, yeah, another change is that the competitors are much less likely to flee. So that's something that we're going to have to contend with, on top of the fact that that took a substantial portion of our health. I can't even regurgitate anymore for them, so we're going to have to go find them some other food. I am going to... Previously in this series, I said that I wasn't going to hunt hares as I felt like it made the game too easy for me personally. That is no longer the case. I'm going to be hunting hares if I come across them because Gnat is going to need them. In the meantime, though, we're going to head toward a body of water, see if we cannot get a little bit of a sip of water so that we can fill up Gnat's belly a little bit before we go out and have to hunt something else with our, what, 72% health. That's not great. Yeah, obviously if we get below 60%, we are risking a major injury, which would maybe be a game ender for Gnat. That might be the end. She's gonna need to stay strong and healthy so she can keep her 4 pups alive. And she can't do that if she's got a broken leg or a broken jaw or anything else like that. So we are no longer obviously going to be finding any of the calves or fawns in the grass. They are up and running around with their herds, and that means that we're not going to get an easy meal out of them. We are going to have to hunt for anything that we want to eat, and that means losing HP. So HP is very important, and we have very little of it. There's a hare. We are definitely catching and eating that. Yep, not above hunting hares anymore, are we, Gnat? Nope. Just gonna catch that and keep moving. Okay, trying to keep an eye out for any signs of ungulates that we might come across. So far, I'm really just seeing dispersal wolves. Let's see. Okay, there's a mule deer. We might be able to hunt that. I am gonna call Stickbug to come hunt with us because Gnat just really cannot do it alone anymore. That's not going to be a good option for her. She's going to need her pack mates to help her, and right now her only pack mate who is able to hunt is her mate. So we'll do a super squeaky howl and hope that he comes and helps us. I do find that the mates are quite slow in actually getting to you when you call them, so maybe we can find the mule deer and start chasing it back toward the rendezvous site. I'm not sure yet. We will see. Okay, fortunately we have been able to track the deer down, and they are indeed mothers and their fawns. So that's good. That is something we can handle. I don't think that we could take down a buck mule deer at this stage of the game, and with this stage of Gnat's health, that would just be too much. So it's pretty much the fawns or nothing, and we can't go with nothing because our pups are going to need to eat all the time. Okay, I'm chasing them back toward the rendezvous site in the hopes that Stickbug will catch up with us. Okay, there he is, so hopefully he will help us hunt these. We will be able to hopefully keep ourselves and our pups fed. I don't really remember if he was actually a good hunter, but we're gonna find out right now. He is lagging behind quite a ways. I don't really mind though, because we do want to chase these mule deer to tire them out in hopes that they will do less damage to us when they're tired. Stickbug is slowly catching up. We are going to bite this fawn, but not too long, because if we bite it for too long, the mother will kick us, and we can't afford that. Really, really, truly cannot. Okay, Stickbug, I see you circling. You are circling. Can you help us hunt? Okay, he is biting it. Good, 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 good. Good, good, good. That's very helpful. If we play our cards right, maybe we can have him take it down, but maybe not, because his health is pretty low from getting kicked by the mom. And from fighting off those wolves. But we're gonna need more than just one mule deer fawn to keep ourselves and our pups fed. Oh no! Really can't afford to get kicked. And I got kicked twice. Well, like I said, we need to keep ourselves and our pups fed, so we're going to chase after that other mule deer if we can find it. I think at this point we might want to start going after elk calves if we can find them. They do give us a lot more food, and, you know, if we're careful, they're not too much harder to hunt. Obviously, I don't smell any elk herds right now, so there we go. There is the remaining fawn. Gnat is now at 58%. She is risking a major injury by continuing to hunt, but she just doesn't have enough food. This is going to be really rough, you guys. I think for the first time we're going to have to worry about Pups actually dying from starvation. Because she's going to have to keep herself fed, she's going to have to keep Stickbug fed, and I mean, her pups, she cares deeply for her pups and she wants to keep them all alive. But if she dies and Stickbug dies, none of them are going to survive, so they kind of have to prioritize themselves a little bit. Can we catch up? Again, we're very slow. But we're going to have to run, we're going to have to run, we're going to have to catch up with them, we're going to have to try to take down this fawn. Let's see if we get close enough. Stickbug, do you want to go bite the fawn, please? That would be nice. That would be... Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will run interference on the mother. Okay. Now, if we get kicked now, I'm pretty sure, like, we're almost guaranteed to get a major injury. I don't know. It always seems like when you take those big kicks that, you're probably not really supposed to take, that you are more likely to get injuries. So, Stickbug is really, not helping a ton. It's helping a little. Okay, bud, one more bite. You could do this. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. You got this, Stickbug. Yes. Okay. Now we are at the point, I believe now, where we cannot pick up the entire carcass. We can just pick up a meat chunk, but that does mean that the meat chunk is probably going to have roughly the equivalent food to the carcass, so, you know, trade-off. Stickbug now has a good amount of food. Gnat only has 87%. We're really going to need her to have a little bit more in order to heal up. And we're going to need her to be healed in order to continue to hunt. So, unfortunately, not all of this meat chunk is going to go back to the pups. Oh, hair. We are catching this, we are eating this, and we are going back for that meat chunk. Just going to follow Stickbug's prints back. See if we can't find where we dropped that meat chunk. Have I made an incredibly foolish mistake? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I think I lost track of the meat chunk. Gosh, that's bad. Well, good job me. We have lost the meat chunk in favor of like 5% food from a hare. Great. Hope that doesn't impact our playthrough too badly. What are you gonna do? Hopefully this is enough to keep them mostly satisfied. That is deeply unfortunate that I lost that meat chunk. I was thinking as I was going after that hare, I'm like, maybe this is a bad idea. And it was. So, we can only hope that doesn't impact the pups or not too much. I do see another hare. I'm going to go chase that one as well. This is going to be our life now. Oh hey, a hare chases it. Although I will not be dropping any future meat chunks to chase after hares. I have learned my lesson. That's not happening again. Ah, that is a notice of a hex invasion. Some wolf somewhere is invading our territory and trying to take it over. We do not have the energy or health to deal with that, so we're just going to ignore it, unfortunately. Cricket is probably going to immediately consume this hare. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of food on that. We'll see if Stickbug can feed them a little bit. I know Gnat can feed them a little bit too, but she does need to keep her health up. It looks like Lacewing maybe caught some kind of tiny prey as a snack, so that's good. And it does look like Stickbug's feeding them quite a bit, so I do believe that the mate's health regenerates faster than your wolves, so even if his food is a little bit lower, he's probably still going to be able to regenerate quite a bit of health, and he is less injured than us as well. So hopefully Moth and Lacewing come over here and get some food. We are going to send them back into the grass, and we are going to get some sleep. Lacewing's not completely full, but that's just going to have to be the way it is, because I need Gnat to get her health back. That's something that we can't really get around. Okay, it is morning. We've gotten back as much health as we're going to get back at this time, and we're going to feed the pups as much as we can, which is probably just going to be a couple of times. Yep, we're out of food, so let's see if we can't get Lacewing to come over and eat something as well. Where is our bark? Okay. There we go. Moth had a bit of food, Cricket had a bit of food, Weevil had a bit of food. Lacewing is still quite hungry. Going to want to probably play with them a little bit, try to keep the affinity up, but I don't know how much we're going to be able to raise the affinity without actually feeding them more, because they're really, really food oriented at this point. But it does seem to have worked. Okay, there's coyotes. We're going to chase them off. I want to fight them as little as possible, but we need to keep them away from our pups. So why don't you come chase me, fight me, leave our pups alone. As you can see, Cricket got startled out of the grass, so we will try to get him back into the grass, but we have to... No, 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 no! Leave him alone. Oh no, we really don't have the health for this. Get out of here. That one's frightened, that one's frightened. Cricket, please go back in the grass. This one should be frightened as well. Really, I don't like whatever has happened to the den attacks and rendezvous site attacks that has made them like you have to chase the predators extra far before it actually registers that they're running. It makes everything a little bit harder and I don't appreciate it. But what are you gonna do? Okay, Stickbug and Gnat have to go find some more food. Really hoping we can find some elk today. I don't smell any elk though, so I'm not really that hopeful. Hoping but not hopeful. Okay, and we don't actually have that much energy either, so okay, we are picking up the scent of an elk herd. It's very faint, but we are going to head toward it. We are going to hope that we are able to get there in time that we can chase the elk a little bit. The more that they stumble, the more that they tire themselves out, the less damage we're going to take, and the more likely we are to keep our pups alive. Here we are with the herd. We're going to want to chase them back toward the rendezvous site. First we have to get them running, of course. There they go. Okay. That was easier than a lot of times. I don't know if they're less likely to stumble at this time of year. I feel like they might be. At the same time, kind of have to rely on them stumbling to do some damage to themselves. So we are going to chase them for a while. Can't chase them for too long because our energy is not that high, but what are you going to do? We also can't afford to get trampled at all. If I take any trample damage, it's going to be, I swear, like one less calf we can take down to feed the pups, and that's not... We can't do that. We need to feed the pups. We need to be able to keep our health up. Okay. They're acting weird because of this mountainous terrain, which is always annoying. Managed to kind of separate this one. The mother is here, of course, but maybe we can get Stickbug to bite it a little bit while not taking too much damage. Okay, the mother fell down. We can get a free bite. But that did so much damage to me and so little damage to the calf. Wow. Oh, goodness, this is just going to be real bad, and I almost got trampled again. Yep, we gotta stay on its trail, and we just gotta keep trying. But we definitely can't go in taking 46 damage or however much it was when the calf is only taking half as much. We're not going to be able to do that. You just have absolutely no HP to spare as Gnat. Oh my gosh, now I'm just thinking like what her elder wolf year is going to be like if she makes it that far. That's a nightmare. Thank you, Stickbug. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Of course, can't leave him to do all of it. He also has health that he needs to watch out for, but we're going to back off. We're going to do the same thing where we let them run for a little bit and see if we can't catch up with the calf. Just going to kind of stay between the mother and the calf and Stickbug. Not enough to get trampled, but enough to make it so that the mother kind of hesitates and Stickbug's able to do more damage. I found that that works pretty well when you can't really afford your wolf to take damage, just kind of like intimidating the mother a little bit so your mate or your other pack mates can kind of get to the calf. Thankfully, we have tired them out. We are able to take down the calf. Okay. I doubt there's going to be anything left for us to take back. We might be able to take down another calf. Yeah, because Stickbug's going to finish this one off. Okay, I think we do need to go try to take down another calf. Presumably, this cow elk is going to reunite with the herd. Let's hope that's actually the case. Now, she's a little tired as well. We have been chasing her a long time. I wonder if we would be able to take her down? Oh yeah, we're taking very little damage from her. That might actually be the strategy, wearing them out so we can take down a cow elk. So that's going to get us a lot more food. We're going to have to hunt less often, assuming some predator doesn't show up and take over the carcass, which always happens. There we go. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I am very happy about that. I think that's probably going to be the play in the future. Maybe waiting for one of the cow elk to fall and chasing their calf after that? I'm not quite sure. I'm sure we'll get it down to a science by the end of this year. Assuming that makes it that long. Yay! Terrifying. Back to the pups we go. Thankfully that carcass is pretty close too, so we can come back in the morning and get some more food off of it. Assuming, again, that there's not a predator that we can't kind of lure away. The predators are less likely to wander far from the carcass now when they're chasing you, so it makes it a little bit harder to kind of lure them away and get a meat chunk for yourself, but you can still sort of do it, and that's probably what we're going to have to do if anything shows up that's not like a coyote. Thankfully, we have food for the pups. As you can see, Lacewing got pretty low. I do believe that if they get under 45% at this time of year, they will start taking starvation damage. So you definitely don't want that to happen. I'm going to go grab this hair while it's here. But they do get like dangerously close to that every single time you sleep. So really, truly, you have to hunt every time or have some source of food every time you sleep. Nice. Okay, Cricket is full, Weevil's full, Moth is full, Lacewing is not, but there is a little bit of food left for her to eat off that chunk, and then it looks like Stickbug is going to give her some more food as well. There's another hare. You came too close to the rendezvous site, and that will be the end of you. Okay. Now we need to get some rest, as we really don't have any wakefulness to waste either. Okay, our minor injury to our body has healed. That's lovely. We have a little bit more stamina now. We are going to feed the pups, and then we're going to go back to that carcass. And our territory is starting to suffer a little bit. There's not a whole lot we can do about that unless we're going to dedicate some time to go down and mark it. I'm probably going to try to mark while we're hunting as much as possible. We really don't have a whole lot of time to waste, and at this time of year, I've found that I mean, maintaining your territory isn't as important as keeping your pups alive and from starving, so let's see. Moth, have you eaten? What are you doing, girl? Get back to the site. Come on. I know you like to wander. I know you've always been a wanderer, but we need you to come and get some food. Looks like Moth is maybe hunting a shrew or a vole or something. If her method of hunting is by staring at it, then she's doing real good. Hey, hun? There's prey right there. You gonna try to jump on that? Clearly they're trying to learn to hunt, but you know, maybe they're not quite sure what to do with a real prey just yet. Okay. That's all. Oh, there's a bear. Wonderful. I don't know if I've mentioned it this episode or if it was in Lita's episode, but bears are a lot scarier now, as if they weren't scary enough. You can't really just growl to get rid of them anymore. You have to bite them. I'm going to, again, try to do that as little as possible, but at times like these, what are you going to do? Chase me, not the pup. Chase me, not the pup. Cricket, get back in the grass. Yeah, definitely a lot more dangerous because they will not leave if you just growl at them. And honestly, even sometimes when you bite them, they take an eternity to leave. So I'm hoping we can just kind of lure this guy away from the den and he'll kind of just forget that he was after our pups. Hey, stop it. This is another thing, like, so many times I try to bite them and I just take damage and it doesn't do anything to them. So I don't know if maybe this guy's already like low enough on health that he can't take any more damage. I'm not sure, but definitely don't want him to go back to the den. There we go. Thank goodness. Thankfully we didn't take that much damage, and we are able now to go back to the carcass and get some more food, as well as catch this hare. Alright, it looks like there is something on the carcass, but it might just be a coyote. I'm not as worried about a coyote as I am about other predators, although obviously, again, I don't really want to bite it to try to chase it off. Maybe it'll just go on its own. Stickbug has no such qualms. There we go. Good to have him here. What is he doing? Having a little bit of an issue there. Okay, I'm gonna move over so he can get some food. Okay, we are back with the pups, and we are able to, I'm going to check the quest progress really quick. We're able to see how close we are to finishing the Growing Pups quest. It looks like we're still a little under halfway there. So we do need to keep the pups alive through September. We don't have a specific weight limit or kind of goal. It's just that we have to keep them alive until September comes. And then the most difficult time will be past, and we will be able to teach them how to hunt. So for now, I'm going to send them into the grass. I'm going to clean up the regurgitant. Much as I can, anyway. Hopefully Stickbug will get the rest of it. Oh, he wants to play. Hello, Stickbug. I will chase you. Oh, they can have a moment of levity. They are still young wolves after all. Alright, we're gonna get some sleep now. Okay, we're up again. The pups are hungry again. Thankfully that meat chunk is going a long way to feeding the pups. That's nice. The meat chunks are, I think, they have almost twice as much food during this time of year to make up for the fact that we can't really like carry back any fawns or calves, and the fact that all of the prey is stronger now and harder to hunt. I can't regurgitate anymore. Okay, well, we're gonna send the pups in. We're gonna go check on our carcass. Hopefully it still has something on it. If it doesn't, we'll have to hunt again. Well, the carcass has something on it all right, and that something is a bear. Seems like if he couldn't get a meal from our puppies, he is going to get a meal from our carcass. Well, I don't particularly want to fight a bear for a carcass, so we are going to look around for another herd instead. Unfortunately, I'm not immediately seeing any elk scents, so that's kind of frustrating. Elk are definitely the best source of prey I've found this time of year. The problem is that you have to find them, and sometimes they're not as present as you would like them to be. Certainly we're smelling some pronghorn, we're smelling some mule deer, we're smelling some bison, which no way we're going to be able to hunt, but no elk yet. Wow, at this rate the puppies' diets are going to be 90% hare. Why are there no elk? Where are the elk scents? Goodness. Well, there's some mule deer. I guess we could chase those instead. Maybe we'll come across an elk on the way. Certainly we don't have, like, the pack affinity to chase them to exhaustion, so it is unfortunately just going to be a small meal. Stickbug has a hair in his mouth. No, bud, we're supposed to be hunting deer right now, not hares. Very confusing, I understand. Easy to mix those two up. Oh. Avoiding getting trampled, going fairly well so far. Stickbug, can you please put that down? Okay. No, put it down. Put it, drop it, drop it. Okay. When they're standing their ground like this, it's a lot harder to get to the fawn without the mother kicking you. Maybe if we're on another side of a tree. Nope, we still got kicked. Okay. Thought we were going to be able to get away with that one. We were not. But thankfully Stickbug was able to take it down. So, I mean, that should feed us too. Well, evidently not. And then I did see another mule deer and her fawn, so we might be able to chase that down. Looks like it didn't even completely feed us, so that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. There's not a whole lot we can do about the fact that I don't really see any elk scents. Oh, wait, is that one? Okay. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this is about how much wakefulness we had the last time we were hunting elk, so I'm gonna give it a try again. Here we are with the herd. They have 5 calves remaining. We're gonna chase them for a while. There is a cow elk behind us, I think, so gotta be careful not to get trampled. Yeah, it does seem like they're less likely to fall this time of year. I haven't seen any of them from this herd fall, aside from maybe one. I think at this point we might just have to choose one to target, because we're definitely getting lower on wakefulness, and if our stamina shrinks to nothing, we're not going to be doing very much damage to them. Oh, gosh. We're still taking a lot of damage from this calf. And it's a calf. I mean, yikes. Even the calves are very, very strong this time of year. Yeah, at this rate I don't think we're going to be able to take down the mother, which is unfortunate, but we might be able to take down the calf, fill our bellies, and take something back to our pups. If we can get them to kind of run again, which seeming like a slightly big if at this point. Okay. Stickbug's trying. They're kind of right in the middle of all the cow elks where he's just going to get kicked. Okay. Looks like the herd might be running again, which is giving him some room to bite the calf. If we back up, they should start running. Maybe we need to back up a little farther. Oh dear. I was really hoping this would be easier, and it sure isn't today. Yeah, I didn't even get any damage on that right then. Stickbug, I was counting on you to bite the calf while the mother was chasing me. Come on, bud. You can do it. Goodness gracious. Sometimes your mate just doesn't want to cooperate. And someone's doing a hex invasion. You know, honestly, again, we're not really going to worry about it. Okay, this elk calf is starting to slow down a lot. I think we might finally be to the point where we can bite it without taking a ton of damage. Yeah, definitely. It would help if Stickbug would help us, though. Again, really, bud, please. Give us a little bit of assistance. Okay, there we go. We are not going to push our luck and go after the mother. We're too tired. It's time to go back to the pups. Oh, and the affinity is really low. I hadn't even noticed that. We're going to take a meat chunk, and we are going to go back to the pups. I don't think that there's going to be anything left of that after a couple of predators get to it, so we're just going to... We're not going to bother howling. We're just going to move back to the rendezvous site. Okay, back at the rendezvous site with our pups. Hello, darlings. They are hungry again. Always, always hungry. And right now they've gotten up to 40 pounds. They have pretty much almost doubled the weight that they could get to pre-saga, so they're getting pretty big now. Not quite large enough to start hunting for themselves, but close. If we look in the quest panel, it doesn't seem to have progressed, but I do believe after one more sleep we will probably be into the early parts of fall. Cricket, what are you doing? Oh, did you catch something? Oh, I meant to take a picture. Hold on. Yes! Cricket caught one of those little ground squirrels, I think. Good job, buddy. All right. The pups are growing, they're learning to hunt. This is fantastic. If we look also in our pack stats, we can kind of see that they're gaining some more experience as well. That will be relevant later. Oh my goodness, they're still stealing our territory. Looks like it is the Coyote Creek pack, which is irritating, but what are you going to do? Aside from fight them, which I'm not particularly interested in doing. I just think that's going to be a really bad idea for our health. They are howling and mocking us. Very rude. With that being said, I think that I am going to wrap up for this episode. So, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you join me next time with Gnat, Stickbug, and their 4 pups. See ya!